Okay, as we get more and more people chiming in, nice to see you guys. Wow, everybody's just so smiling and happy, and it's nice to be together on a day like today, isn't it? I think we all are needing something to look forward to, right? And certainly the Hathors have given us that over the year. So, by the way, I'm Phoenix Rising Star, in case you didn't know that. And welcome to the Hathor Activation Meditation. So, this has been going on for a whole year, where it's been open to the public like this. And it's been going on longer than that with a smaller group that I started out with. And if you are new to this, because I know some people had not been following this up until recently. So, if you're new to this, we've been working with the Hathors, who are 5th to 12th dimensional beings, here for our highest good and here to help us reach our highest destiny. Now, if you go back to the very first Hathor activation meditation number 1, which is on YouTube, you will find out that the original way that I got connected with the Hathors was through Tom Kenyon, and just the wonderful meditation experiences that he provides, but that also the Hathors are very instrumental in helping to create the new Earth, the planet Earth, that is a parallel planet to this one. And that Earth is being created for the highest good and healing, for people who have mastered unconditional love, have a deep, profound connection with their higher self. And boy, I think that's, reverence for all life. So that is kind of an interesting thing to talk about tonight, because in the light of everything that's going on in the world, it is their belief that what they call chaotic nodes, which is kind of the experience that we're having right now, very chaotic in many ways, that this chaotic node is poised to directly create and affect the new Earth. And when you think about it, it makes total sense that we are setting the foundation for that with everything that we're doing. It's just that it's going to take a little chaos to get through it. So let me back up a little bit. Now, it's easy to think and to be isolated during these times. I mean, certainly social isolation has been the name of the game, right? But beyond that, it's also easy to just focus on our own little path, our own little process, our own events, the things that have happened to us, and not to take away any of the pain and suffering from people who have lost loved ones, lost friends, lost their jobs, maybe are losing their homes. I mean, this is a very critical time. And if you're not one of those people, if you've been blessed to just be able to live life the way that it's presenting itself to you, maybe you still have a job, or maybe your job is even growing or expanding as a result of what's happening. Maybe you don't know anybody personally who has passed away from this, then it's easy to just kind of go, okay, I'm just doing life one step at a time. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it kind of insulates us from a global picture. What the Hathors would like us to realize is that these events are not personal, believe it or not. They are global, that it would be very helpful if we can start looking at everything from a bigger global perspective, if you will. Now, so how can you continue to have compassion for the planet? How can you continue to have gratitude for things in the planet? How can you continue to impact the planet in a positive way? Is kind of how they would like us to view these events that are going on. Not to say that our personal adventure is not personal and that we can't have that anymore. You are existing in it, but also to open up our perspective into a more global perspective. So one of the things that has come up is that the rate of your vibration, your personal vibration, is the same as the strength of your antibodies for staying really safe and strong, right? So it's essential to keep our vibration high, which many of you already know this, because not only does that help you to be safe and strong, it also raises the vibration of everybody around you. And you may already have many things that you're doing to keep your vibration high. Maybe you're doing some really strong supplements. Maybe you're doing exercise, prayer, and meditation on a regular basis, praying over your food or blessing your food and water, using sacred geometry or gemstones or essential oils to keep those vibrations high. These are really essential things, right? And maybe you've even created a new way, a new paradigm of the new norm for you that includes like a combination of diet and exercise and meditation and all of that, because we have the time now to do that. It's also important that we insulate ourselves from too much negativity or toxicity, or, avoiding the news as much as possible, because it's so conflicting and nobody really has the answers. We're all still guessing at so much of this, so that we're keeping our vibrations as high as possible. And the reason we need to do this is, as we continue down this rabbit hole that has been opened up for us, we're thinking more in terms of how do we choose to live, not how are we going to die, right? It's easy to kind of focus on mortality. It's easy to focus on all the things that are wrong and horrible, but it's really, how do you choose to live through this? And as we make those conscious, mindful decisions, we are again raising our vibration of ourselves and everybody around us and making the world a better place. So, wow, this can be all, I mean, there are so many unique things that can come up for you when you say, how do I choose to live? And I think that this is one of the things the Hathors are going to be helping you with personally tonight, is not only clearing any fears, doubts, worries, or insecurities that might have come up through this global conversation here, but also helping you to be very aware of the things you are in control of. Your mindfulness is the one thing you are in control of, right? You choose your state of gratitude. You choose your state of love and appreciation. You choose what actions you are going to be making that are going to help the world be a better place. And it doesn't have to be that you stage a protest. You don't have to gather 1,000 people together to just prove a point. It doesn't have to be on that level. It can simply be by praying over your food, by meditating on a daily basis, by connecting to your source energy in whatever way that is for you, and receiving that internal guidance that says, okay, this is what I need to do next. This is all how the new earth is going to begin. We are in the process of laying that foundation. It's been in the process for 16 years, deliberately, in the minds and the hearts of the creators, as far as I know, maybe before that. But this is how it all continues to evolve through our mindful evolution of our global consciousness and vibration. If you follow any of the rabbit holes that are kind of unfolding, like, just look at the meat packing plants that are closing down, meaning that there are meat shortages. Well, on the good side of this, on the higher vibrational side of this, if you compare where we are right now to right after World War II, when there was a terrible meat shortage then too, and people were the healthiest that they'd ever been. They were the thinnest they'd ever been, because I know in the United States, people talk about how overweight everybody is, right? So we're in a real similar position. And so if we are moving away from ingesting meat, we're revering the life of our animals more, we're honoring what is better and healthier for our bodies, we're raising our vibration through that, and that mirrors exactly what's going on in the new earth. right? Where animals are allowed to roam free and that we're not ingesting them, so they're not in fear with us. We can live in harmony together. And the plants are here to sustain us. And the plants have already volunteered for this. They're like, hey, there's one of us for every issue you've got. And so we're here to help in that new earth. So everything we're doing is really setting the stage for us to be more mindful, more global, and to make a bigger difference in the long run. We may not see it right away, but we are starting to see the rabbit holes. And if you follow the rabbit holes, you will find that they end up in much more positive places than what maybe the news is painting for you. So these are the things that the Hathors would like to talk with you tonight about. And each of you will be interacting personally with your Hathor team. It may be 1, 2, or 3 Hathors. Sometimes they come in a larger group. It doesn't matter. You will have the experience you are meant to. Many times people are receiving information. Many times they're receiving healing or whatever it is that you need for your highest good right now, for where you are right now. That's the important thing too, is that we're all over the place because everybody's having unique experiences. But the Hathors are unique in their ability to tap into what do you need and to help you where you are right now to reach your highest destiny, no matter what that is and no matter how far that's going to take you or when, no matter when. Whew. So this is a really big time, and we're going to be spending more time in our meditation today because they want time with you. They got into my face today, not as a chewing out, but just because they wanted me to understand just how intense they are with today's session. This is a very, very powerful session. They called it staying flexible on your path. I, like many things that they talk about, it's kind of an understatement. Yes, we're going to have to be flexible for sure. But it's also the invitation to step into the global awareness and the mindfulness in a bigger way, raising our vibration to protect ourselves and all of our loved ones and all who are around us so that we can reach our highest destiny and help make the world a better place, make the universe a better place. Wow. Okay, so now let's see. I wanted to see. There was something else that I think. Oh, I know it was. Okay, now when the Hathors were talking to me, and actually they told me this a couple of weeks ago, they they know that because this is my path of service, I will continue offering these meditations until they say no, we're not going to do that anymore. And so all they're saying is that they want to take a break for this summer. So we won't be doing one in June, July, or August, but we will be starting again in September with regular Hathor meditations. During the time of the summer, what they're inviting you to do is to go back to the original, at least the first 4 Hathor activation meditations. They're all on my YouTube channel here. And kind of repeat them because you are now in a different place and the world is now in a different place. And they invite you to think about those meditations as you're experiencing them from a more global perspective. And when you do that, you're going to see exactly what was happening, that they were following the potential world events and creating a foundation for change with ease and grace to the best of their ability and helping us to do this into that global state. It will be mind-blowing when you go back and listen to these things. So, through the months of June, July, and August, you have plenty of time. Listen to any of them you want, but especially listen to the first 4 that are laying the foundation for this new planet Earth and for our creating that foundation for change for the entire planet, right? Very profound. Okay, so how we're going to do this is we're going to start from a really deep state of love. And that state of love then opens the doors for your Hathor helpers to come in. Some people are very visual and you may see them, or you may see colors, or you may see symbols or things that represent Hathors to you in whatever way that is. People like me are very auditory. So when they came into my face today, I was like, oh my goodness, because I normally hear them, but this was in my face. So I saw them and I heard them. So, but I'm very auditory. So you may hear conversations if you're auditory. You may be very kinesthetic, in which you are feeling things. Maybe you're feeling some healing or some opening up of the channels of awareness within you. You may have some awarenesses, some insights that are just profound and you get them right away. Or you may have a sense that something's happening, but you're not quite sure what it is. And sometime over the next 24 to 48 hours, you'll have this awareness brought to you, either inside of you or through an intermediary, if you will. Someone who says, oh, I've got the perfect book for you, or someone who says, oh, this is what you need to watch, that kind of thing. So it can come from outside of you, but it also can come from inside of you, where it just kind of lines up all the puzzle pieces for you. So be open with all your senses, how they choose to interact with you today, understanding they're helping you to raise your vibration, to be more mindful, and to be globally conscious and aware of what we can do to impact the planet in a bigger way and to create our new earth, the foundation for our new earth. Because you wouldn't be on here if you weren't a part of that, and you wouldn't be listening to the replay if you weren't a part of that. Some of you may be with one foot in that world and one foot in this world already. Some of you may feel like all of your consciousness is in that new earth, and that's fine. Some of you may be transferring there physically soon. Others may be just the way showers on this side to show people how to get there. So it doesn't matter what your job description is, you're involved in that new planet Earth in some way, or you wouldn't be here. And so this is helping you to take that to a deeper job description than ever before in a more confident way, and helping you to remember who you are and why you're here and to reach your highest destiny. Sounds like a big task, and it kind of is, but we don't have to do it all at once, and we don't have to do it today. It's a process. That's why this is called staying flexible on your path. And for the summer, that's where we're going to be. We're going to be flexible. Well, I guess it's summer in the United States and in North America, but in other places it's winter. So for the next 3 months, we're staying flexible on our path as we step into all of this. Whew. Thank you so much for being a part of this, for your consistency in showing up and listening to the replays, and for your mindfulness that you're already showing and demonstrating, and for conscious awareness that you show with every aspect of the creation of the new earth. We are doing it. We are doing it. We just have to get through this chaotic node first, right? Well, at the same time, I guess. It's all happening at the same time. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, wow. I'm just looking to see if I have any questions, or if anybody has unmuted or raised their hand, or however, or put anything. Yep. Super moon on Thursday. That's right. Whew. The flower moon is sometimes what it's called, or corn planting moon. Okay. No questions? All right. Are we ready to meditate? Yes. Let's receive what we are ready to receive. And thank you, everyone. I'm turning off my video. I invite you to turn off your video as well. Let's spend some time getting into that deep state of unconditional love, which is the foundation for everything, and especially the new planet Earth. And it's our foundation for being here on this planet, because it makes everything easier, better, more complete, more profound. It's amazing. So it's with the deepest gratitude that we open up our hearts. And I invite you to begin remembering any experiences you might have had with unconditional love. Maybe you were lucky enough to have relationships with people in which you experienced it. Or maybe you were lucky enough to have experiences with animals in which you experienced unconditional love. And if so, just allow those feelings of love to just be permeating your being, filling your heart space. Good. Maybe you had a wonderful experience in nature where you just felt at one with everything. That's a form of unconditional love. Maybe you've had recently or in some time in your life a spiritual epiphany that just changed you for forever and opened you up to unconditional love. Or, if you're just having a rough day and none of those experiences are coming to mind, or you just don't believe you had any of them, you can say the words unconditional love over and over to yourself, and that generates an opening in your heart that is just enough of an opening to allow your highest and best to come in for your highest and best. And when love comes in, it comes in a force field. It's like a torrent of water or air or some kind of sensory. It just fills you and your heart space completely. And it fills you to overflowing. And when it overflows, it flows into your physical body. So that every cell in your body is now being touched with love. Just feel how good that feels as you are filling slowly from the bottoms of your feet all the way up to the top of your head. Every cell being touched with love. Filling to overflowing into your energy bodies, beginning with your physical energetic form, which is closest to your body, the memory of all your physical experiences, all of which are being touched with love. As slowly you fill with this love, and it spills over into the emotional layer, the memory of all your emotions, which are now being touched with love. Slowly, this is filling to overflowing into your mental layer. The memory of all your belief systems that are all being touched with love. Slowly you fill to overflowing into your spiritual layer. Just a memory of all lifetimes and all experiences, all of which are being touched with love. Till you fill up entirely with love. And now you're just a big sphere, a big ball of love, completely enclosed and surrounded by love. And if you did nothing else every day but this is enough to raise your vibration, to create mindfulness, to make an impact. This is enough. But we're going to take it a little farther. So, from this state of love, become aware that you have some Hathor helpers here for you. Again, opening up all of your senses to see, sense, hear, feel, know their presence, in whatever way is right for you. And they're interacting with you on multiple ways, sometimes simultaneously, offering healing, insights, awarenesses, whatever you need to help you reach your highest destiny while staying flexible on your path. So I'll be really quiet as you're receiving. As you are connecting with the Hathors, having your own rich experience, just be very quiet. Continuing to receive. It feels there's a slight shift in what they're offering. Taking a minute or two more. And before they leave you for today, I just want you to know that they are always here for you. So even if we're not doing this live, you can listen to any of the recordings and they'll be there immediately. You just have to ask. When it's complete for now, they'll take their leave. And I invite you to process and integrate this for another minute or two. Namaste, everyone, and thank you so much.